The Maulus ban is something that I think PL has banned in every match so far.
Yeah, in Alliance Tournament 10, PL banned Dominik's Maulus until the finals. So every single time they banned a Maulus because we hate damps. And we just recognize how strong the Maulus platform is. Like, you saw in the last match, those Mauluses just completely wrecked face. So no Mauluses here. PL's banning the Scimitar, which they did against Gorgon last time. I don't know, I guess...
Maybe that was like a counter ban against Vietana. It's like, oh fine, we can't bring our like super expensive one. We're going to ban out the cheap one as well.
Yeah. We were like, okay, plebs, no Scimitar for you.
You really should have banned out the site.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, PL has fielded different teams, different archetypes every time they've played. I don't remember what Road are doing because my blood pressure is so high, like, my memory is gone.
So Rote started out with lots of Cap War. They've also run, I think they've run some Mimitar core teams, like the Sleipnir kind of stuff, right?
This year?
Yes, how do they remember?
According to my very pretty and extensive notes, they've run Geddon and EOS comp twice, and then they have also fielded a Rattlesnake.
Oh, okay.
So I'm putting my 5 ISK down on there being a Rattlesnake on at least one, if not both sides.
So predictions.
I think PL's going to win, but I have no idea what the setups are going to be. Like, sometimes I can do some cutesy stuff and say, oh, so it's going to bring a Celestis, and be right half the time. But no, I have no idea what either team's going to field.
Well,
I am actually scared.
Well, don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling.
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
This could go either way. I think it's going to be kind of close, but I'm going to go with PL. They're the kind of more tried and tested performer in this tournament and in previous ones.
Yeah, Elise is closer to me right now than Bacchanalian, and Bach's arms aren't long enough to hit me from there, so I'm going to go with Pandemic Legion.
I am afraid I'm going with PL too. I just expect too many explosions from their ships to sort of ignore them. I mean, Road Capel are fabulous pilots, and great players in the tournament. But I think Pandemic has this, and let's see what happens.
Okay, we'll just chillax for a sec, everybody. And then we'll just let Graphic explode, and it's gonna be awesome. It's not gonna be worth, 500 bill, but it's gonna be okay.
Do I have to like through it?
I want every
kind
dead
of like
motherfucker out of the alliance.
No.
Every one.
bro?
No mad.
Welcome back to the casting booth with Apoth and Back, and also Elise's Aneurysm, as PL have brought an 8-man, 0 Logi team consisting of a Golem, EOS, Double Ishtar, Vexor Navy Issue, and Triple Vexor. Rote responding with their signature Double Geddon, followed by Triple EOS, Vigil, Double Malediction, Double Punisher, Double Navitas. Back, how are you feeling?
I'm a little scared. I'm looking at a lot, and I mean a lot, of Pandemic Legion DPS. And Rote's logistics situation is a double Navitas, which is really not going to do much with that. Really, what Rote's going to have to do is blast through some of these big DPS ships early, I think, or figure out how to clear drones, because 3 Vexors, a Vexor Navy, 2 Ishtars, and an EOS is an awful lot of drones, and an awful lot of really ouchy drones. So timer is counting down, and we are go. We will see what happens. A bunch of the Rote team, including the EOS and the Geddons, warped in at 0. The support for Rote is up top, and they look to be... Let's see, we have some Malediction.
What drones did the PL team drop? I really want to know. What drones
have
they
we
dropped?
have
They have dropped bouncers.
Bouncers and Tyrus, Tenebros,
So
EOS,
it
straight into armor, straight into armor. That's just so much damage.
That is a huge amount of volley. With the PL team just kiting off, trying not to get tackled, there is a web on the Vexor Navy. Johnny, there the EOS goes!
Tyrus is down just amazingly fast. Unbelievable volley from PL. And another EOS straight into armor. This is an incredible amount of DPS being put out by the Pandemic Legion
team we have not seen before. Pandemic Legion have come up with something completely new. However, their EOS is tackled. It's one of the slower ships. It's probably their link. It certainly is their links as well if they have any. That Vexor Navy is taking it down. But the second EOS
by the time
explodes.
the EOS got tackled, Sakura Nihil's EOS is down. There's another third tackle on it. I'm guessing it's Lucky CCS.
Here comes
He's going to
another
last
EOS.
about 3
Another
volleys.
huge amount of DPS gone. The Rogue Capel team will have basically no DPS after this is gone. It will have whatever drones the Armageddons have. It will have then a bunch of
Hero
Malediction guns and Punisher guns? What is this?
The Vexor Navy issue might go down, but it's certainly not going to matter. They might even do some damage to that EOS. But Rogue Capel just absolutely manhandled by the DPS Pandemic Legion brought. They said, you know, Agony wanted a DPS team, but forget their DPS team. We're going to show them how it's done, and they absolutely are doing it.
Bringing kill 2 because PL are bringing sentries back.
Oh my goodness. Snake O'Connor Armageddon now half armor already. Pake's EOS is barely into armor. This is all but over for Rogue Capel. There's really no way back from this.
My God,
really
the
tragic.
Armageddon, as you say, it was Snake going down. The other one probably to follow. The EOS of Pandemic Legion is now muted. It is going to go down. We think it's you know, painted and everything. But here we go. The other Armageddon down. That's way more DPS off the field.
What PL did beautifully here. I mean, it looks like Rote had a very aggressive comp, but not really a high damage, win the game right away comp. They had a kind of longer term. That's what those Armageddons are for. And Pandemic Legion just brought out this instant volley to your face from right where we start. Like right from the first second, they were just doing overwhelming damage, and Rogue Capel had no answer.
Given 2 matches ago, when PL's 2 bursts flew out of the arena at the beginning of the match, Seamus has balls of steel to allow his pilots to fly a kitey setup.
I mean, to be fair, they are. They starbursted around, making it really difficult for Rote to run anything down. I mean, really.
That getting going down as well. PL have lost their EOS and their
EOS
Vexor
kill.
Navy. They've got a giant point lead at this point. Look at the attack bar of Rogue Capel. There's nothing left of them. I mean, what do they even have guns on the Malediction? Punishers possibly, Navitas to wrap them up. But I mean, now we're at a point where the bouncers will have a lot of trouble tracking these smaller frigates. The Vexors even don't have any tracking bonuses to their weapons. However, Vexors do have 75 bandwidth, 125 bay. They can very easily drop to lighter drones. Ishtars can do the same. I'm sure the Golem paint will help a lot in them catching up and applying that DPS. Looks like the Malediction of 5th Dimension is about to go down next.
It does. You know, I don't even see missile effect or anything, any turret effect, anything coming off of these Maledictions. I think they're purely tackle fit. So really just not much left. The Seamus Orzo's Vexor is taking a little bit of damage. There's probably Hero Punishers there trying to do some damage.
He's getting neuted, but it's newts from a frigate. That's not going to turn off its cat mod with near the ease as an Armageddon will.
Vigil just vanishes there.
Wow, this is an amazing showing by PL. A brand new team idea that we really haven't seen this tournament executed perfectly against really what is I really think is a very scary team. Taking that Shadow Cartel influence of the Logi Frigs combined with a ton of DPS with that Rogue Capel spin of a giant amount of
ultimately,
nukes.
I think Rogue Capel brought a mid-range setup. They brought a setup that if it makes it to 5 minutes, it's a really, really nasty setup to contend with. But Pandemic Legion said, forget that. We're going to win in the first minute. And they did. I mean, 45 seconds in and Rote had lost pretty much everything. It was unbelievable amount of damage.
I mean, what was that volley from the bouncers? It was volleyed an EOS to half armor.
About 1/3. I mean, really, it was about 3 volleys to kill an EOS from there. And those EOSs, I would venture a guess, are not under-tanked. You know, they're not gank-fit EOS. So that was a respectable amount of damage there. We'll see if my friend Ruri Hoshino and my other friend Denner Hitoshi decide to do the honorable thing and die here. They looks like they've split off from each other pretty far. So, ouch. Ouch is about all I've got to say.
As the last 2 Navises do go down, looks like they're kiting around, trying to prolong the fight to not lose in under 5 minutes. They're not allowing PL to get the agony record of however long that was for this tournament. I mean, that team has left, I think, us both pretty speechless. I mean, like, I don't see, like, where kind of this is inspired from. I think this is a brand new setup that, you know, the theory crafters in PL, who are, you know, very famous for being so, have kind of seen this comp. I remember at least saying he got a couple of texts from Seamus saying he had a fantastic idea. I remember you saying you got a mail from Tyrus saying, like, we've got a cool new comp as well.
I almost think they either changed their minds last minute or were just trolling me a little bit. I know there was some stuff posted on our forums that looked like an OPSEC kind of leaked in a fairly public area. That was a huge
there
boundary
goes
violation.
the final Navitas.
But that's not what they went with. So I will be having some drinks to, you know, cry in my beer tonight along with Sir Squeebles, and we're going to go back to him and let him gloat over me.
Back to Elise's smug.
Smug alert. That went almost as expected with a new team composition that we haven't seen in this tournament. Although we did see a full drone team fielded.
Yeah, full drone no logi is something that PL brought out on the second to last weekend, I think, or was it the last weekend of the last tournament?
Yeah,
One of those last 3 days at least.
And today we saw a team that brought only drones as well. But they did not fare as well as PL did now.
Yeah, I think, I mean, at the risk of, I'm just going to give that a minute to sink in.
Yeah, no,
but,
I'm gonna need some time here.
I think that Pandemic Legion comp was about as cool and unexpected as anything they could have brought. Like when I heard no logi, I was like, okay, this is definitely PL, confirmed that it is Pandemic Legion. But that could have been executed so poorly. But there's something so genius about the drone DPS that projects. You got that golem anchor that makes no sense whatsoever to compete with. And then the entire team, in the event of, say, a mass MJD into the middle of your team, can just like shotgun out and pleasantly kill you from range if they don't want to all stay together. Yeah, that was a surprise. Even expecting to be surprised, I was still surprised.
Yeah, when I heard under piloted team, there wasn't a tinker as well. I was thinking, oh man, this is they've just gone off the deep end. All right, well, but no, it did the job. I officially add that fit to the list of fits that I will allow to have less than 12 pilots.
So now that your grin allows you to talk,
I don't even know.
Randolph, what?
I'm never stopped smiling. That's something I learned from Shadu.
You know
But,
what? All right, go ahead.
Okay, so the Rote team was actually, it was pretty smart. It was a smart team. It was kind of, the MJDing was actually pretty textbook, and I really, really liked it. Unfortunately for them, the PL team was extremely kitey and extremely, extremely high damage. This is sort of a setup that PL has brought before. It's what we introduced in the last Alliance tournament. It was sort of the meta buster last Alliance tournament. I don't think that it's going to be as repeated and as effective this Alliance tournament, but I still think it's very strong. And it just shows the respect that PL had for the Rote team. They took a very, very strong setup and piloted it fairly well. The one bad thing is that we lost Pake, which is the EOS that survived barely the last 2 times. And
The lucky charm is gone.
yeah, I don't know, man. That's pretty harsh.
Another thing about that match that unfortunately the people watching didn't get to experience was as soon as the camera zoomed in and everything on Rote Capel's side was MJD, instinctively, as if on a roller coaster, our hands all went up. And everyone was like, it's more fun if you put your hands up, and it actually was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the silver lining to that, of course, is that Bach now feels my pain, and that, yeah, we will be out in Reykjavik later tonight, forgetting about those matches.
The good news, or the silver lining, if there is one for Rote, is their path is not nearly as hard immediately. So next Saturday, it's not going to be a total death match. They won't have to face Shadow Cartel or anything else. So they'll have a little bit of an easier path, but it's the elimination bracket. It's going to be hard, and you don't want to be there.
They're up against Ronin or MIF, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's still going to be tough, but it's not quite as intimidating as Try or Afterlife or Outbreak or.
There are no
SC.
more easy matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't many easy matches today, just based on how they all went. There was a lot of this losers bracket, though. It's really
Yeah, the
really
creme de la
terrifying.
creme, as they say, in very, very bad languages. So the last match of the weekend is up, where we have Nully against Hydra.
And we end as we began today.